All right, here we go. Back at the Sports Park in Cambridge, Ontario. Cambridge Roadrunners New Year's Tournament. This is a semi-final matchup versus the Lakeshore Lightning. We got Leah Murphy in net, Bella Perry at center, Kayla Paris, Berkeley Patur on the wings, Bella Massimiliano and Rowan Fruit on the points. Here we go. 12 minutes to go in the first. Puck comes back for Bella Mass. She tries to get that across. Now Fruit gets it back to Bella. Back up the boards. Berkeley's after it. She chips that out. That's going to be icing. Face off to the right of Leah. Everyone's tied up. Fruit gets the loose puck, fires it up the boards. Paris gets it on the sidewall. Gets it to Bella Mass. Pressure from Lakeshore. They get a shot on net. Bella gets the rebound. She gets up to Berkeley. She gets that out of the zone. Paris after it. Lakeshore chips it up, but Paris keeps it in the zone. Now Lontang with some pressure. Lontang gets that to Morris. Morris comes out in the slot with it, gets a shot off the back of Paris. When they come out the other way, Dredd slows him down at the blue line, keeps it in the zone. Lakeshore clears it out and Gibbs is back for it. Gibbs gets the puck, chips it up in the neutral zone. Gation chips it into Lakeshore territory. Behind the net, Lakeshore sends it around. Izzy blocks that pass. Puck comes up center though for Lakeshore. There we go. Judd keeps her outside. Puck comes on the side of the net. Murphy hangs on to that. Ten and a half minutes to go in the first period. Morris back to Moore. Up the boards for Gation. Gation chips it out of the zone. Off Lakeshore, ice and waved off. Izzy with some pressure down low. Getting help from Gation. Gation ties up. Morris in the mix now. Gation gets it to Moorzy. Her shot into the corner. Jojo gets the loose puck. She puts that out front. Goalie makes a save. Rebound from Morris. Is held on to. Almost got through the 5-hole. .10:04 to go in the first. Cole gets a shot on net. Goalie puts it in the corner. Cole gets that loose puck. Over to Belanger. It's knocked away by Lakeshore. They come out of the zone. They bring it into our zone. Drop pass. They get the puck towards the net. Now they get a shot. Murphy with the save. Emma clears it away. Lakeshore puts it towards the net. It's blocked. Lakeshore gets it behind the net. Pressure from Jojo and Dahlia. Puck comes out front, turns and shoots. That goes wide. Rebounds behind the net. Picked up by Lakeshore. They try to get to the blue line. Cole gets a piece of it. And Lakeshore sends it into the zone. Cross ice pass doesn't connect. Carrington chips that out of the zone. Belanger with some pressure. Lakeshore sends it back in our zone. They put that towards the net. Can't get a shot. Puck goes in the corner. Lakeshore sends it to the hash marks. Puts that across ice. Lakeshore back in the corner. Fruit after it. Fruit picks it up. Sends it around to Bella Mass. Bella to Berkeley. Berkeley gets that to the blue line. That's kept in. Berkeley gets it back, fires it around the boards. Perry chips it up. Harris gets that out into the neutral zone. Over into Lakeshore territory. Puts that towards the net. Lakeshore gets it behind the net. Comes back to the blue line. Bella Mass puts it deep in the zone. In the other corner, Paris with some pressure, keeps it in the zone. Lakeshore gets it back, goes behind the net. Perry forcing it. They have to go back the other way, up center. Mersey gets a piece of it, puck stays in the zone. Now Lakeshore gets it out. 1-on-1 the other way. Oh. Puck goes wide. Berkeley ties up. Then she takes it behind the net. Berkeley goes behind the net with it. Up center to Paris. Paris picks up the puck. Dumps it in. The old chip and change. Now Izzy going after it in the corner. Puck comes up. Gibbs is there to keep it in. It's in her feet. Gets some help from Gation. And now Morris gets the loose puck. Nope. She leaves that for Judd. Keelan skates it in. Gets it over to the center. Montang's tied up. Puck's in some feet. Gation puts that in the corner. Lakeshore fires it around the boards. Up the boards to the blue line. Judd's there to keep it in. Lakeshore fires it up center though after. Into our zone. Save is made. Face off to the right of Leah. Puck's in some feet, it's knocked away. Lakeshore keeps it in. Judd kicks that to the corner. Got a battle going on. Gets that up to Gation. Gation gets out of the zone. Montang ties up down low. Gation comes in to support. Gation gets that puck out front. Oh, it just sneaks away from Dahlia. Judd fires that on net. Puck is loose in front. Dahlia puts that back out front. Gation, now Montang shot, save, rebound from Belanger, save. Loose puck in the corner. Lakeshore chips it up. Judd keeps that in. Now Lakeshore gets it back up center. That should be icing. Icing called. Good pressure from the Wolves there. 6:15 to go in the first period of the semifinal matchup. Off the draw, it's chipped out of the zone. Emma Moore gets that back, chips it into Lakeshore territory. Palize helping her out, and then Emma puts it deep into the zone. Puck's fired around the boards. Cole keeps that in, gets some help from Belanger. Puck goes into the corner. Chipped up by Lakeshore. Cole gets that back on the sidewall. She's got two players on her. She puts that in the corner. Lakeshore fires up center. Oh, Morsey gets a piece of it, but that comes out. We got a race back for it. Jojo gets there, gets the puck, chips it up for Carrington. It's in her feet now. Some pressure, and Dahlia comes down to help out. At the blue line, Lakeshore puts it into the corner. Behind the net, Lakeshore gets the puck. They pass out front. They get a shot. Big save from Murphy. Another shot goes over the net. Now Lakeshore behind the net with it. Emma ties her up, gets the puck back, chips it up center. No way, she could have played that. Icing called. Everyone's tied up. Puck goes to the blue line and out. Lakeshore sends it back in the zone. Belamass gets it behind the net. Up the boards. Berkeley battles, gets that to Perry. Perry off the boards for Paris. Just out of her reach, but into the Lakeshore territory. Lakeshore chips it up the boards for Berkeley. Berkeley to Paris. Berkeley try to get that out front, blocked by Lakeshore. They chip the puck off the boards and out, so that's going to be icing. 4:35 on the scoreboard. Face off over on the left of the goalie. Back to the point. Frood shot. Deflected in front. Goalie makes a save. Gation and Morris battle for it. Morris puts it into the corner, but now she's tied up. Lakeshore tries to go the other way. Morris puts it back down. Now Gation after it. Gets it in the corner. Over to Morris. Morris walks out. Her shot's blocked. Izzy's there to keep it in the zone. Now Gation battles. Gets that into the corner. Puck goes behind the net. Morris after it on the other side. Forces the play. Bella Mass gets a piece of it, but that comes out of the zone. Rowan Frood knocks it out of our territory. And Bella Mass gets that up to Gation. Just missed that one. Ice and waved off. Puck's down low. Lakeshore starts to break out with it. Come up through center and dump it in the zone. Addie gets it behind the net. Up the boards. Lakeshore's there. Pass intercepted by Judd. She skates that. Chips that out of bounds. We'll get a face-off to the right of Murphy. .3:32 to go in the first, a scoreless period. Puck gets back to Addie. She chips up the boards for Carrington. Carrington gets it up. It's kept in by Lakeshore. Now funny bounce, comes out front. They get a shot that's blocked. There we go, Murphy with the save. Faced off inside. All right, face off in the corner. Everyone's all tied up. Lakeshore gets a shot. Murphy makes a save into the corner. Jojo ties up, gets help from Dahlia. Dahlia chips it up the boards. Lakeshore keeps that in. Jojo gets it back, fires that around. Carrington on the sidewall, he's got some pressure. She's working it up. Kept in at the blue line. Now Cole ties up on the sidewall. Cole chips that out of the zone. Won't make it for an icing. Pressure from Cole now. On the other side, Perry keeps that in. Now Lakeshore sends it across ice. Berkeley on the back check, ties up. Emma gets the puck over to Jojo. Jojo gets that out of the zone. Lakeshore puts it back in, they're offside. Back on side, Emma Moore with possession. She sees Michaela up at center. Oh, just missed that pass. Nice try. 2:12 to go in this first period. Off the draw, it's at the hash marks. Chipped over to Paris. She picks it up, turns with it, gets that to Perry. Gets over the red line, knocked away by Lakeshore, but now Frood in the mix. She gets a puck to Patura. She's tied up on the sidewall. Now Berkeley comes out with it, dumps it into the zone. Paris after it. Puck comes down the other way, Berkeley in the mix. Puck bounces out past us, and Lakeshore takes it in the zone. Lakeshore dumps that down low. Massimiliano battles for it. Getting help from Perry. Now back for Bella. She chips it up to Berkeley. It's kept in by Lakeshore. They put that back in the corner. Lakeshore gets a puck in the high slot. Shot blocked by Bella Mass. Rebound saved by Murphy.
Keep going, Lakeshore.
1:13 to go in this first period. And off the draw, Judd comes out with the puck, goes for a little skate. At the blue line, we're all tied up. Now it's back for Gibbs. Just tries to get that cross ice. It hits a stick. Gibbs gets that back. Around the boards at the blue line, it's kept in by Lakeshore. Puck bounces loose in the slot. And Izzy gets that out of the zone. Izzy keeps that in there. Now it's back for Judd. She hands it off to Addie. Addie ships that up. It hits the player, and Lakeshore gets in the zone. Shot blocked by Judd. Rebounds behind the net. Morris working at it. Judd sends that out. Icing called. .8 seconds to go in the first period. Late change from Black that kicked out of the draw. She can't take it because she just came off. Any of the other three girls out there can. Puck comes back for JoJo. She chips up the boards for Carrington. Carrington's 0-0 is the score after 12 minutes of play. All right, here we go. Second period action. Murphy back in net. Dahlia, Michaela, and Carrington up front. Emma and JoJo on the blue line. Puck comes back to JoJo. She skates up with it, gets the red line over the blue into Lakeshore territory. In the corner, gets that to Dahlia. Dahlia comes out in the high slot. Her shot blocked. She gets it back, turns, hands it off to Emma Moore. Her shot through traffic. Goalie gets a piece of that. Then JoJo keeps that in the zone. Puck's behind the net. Dahlia's after it. She's pinned on the boards. Lakeshore sends that cross ice. JoJo knocks that away. Loose puck in the neutral zone, picked up by Lakeshore. Emma sends that to JoJo. JoJo puts it up center. Lakeshore keeps it in. They get a shot, blocked by Morsey. Puck's in the corner. Lakeshore puts it across in front. Back to the blue line. Back down low, but now Emma Moore off the boards. That's kept in. Moore off the glass this time. Kept in again. Pass out front, can't connect. JoJo fires it up the boards. At the blue line, it's kept in. Puck goes in the corner, now it's behind the net. Try to get that out front. Dahlia ties up behind the net. Now they get a shot off the side of the net. Murphy shuts the door. 10:46 to go in the second. Hey, off the draw, it's tied up. It's knocked back for Rowan. She puts that behind the net for Massimiliano. Bella fires that around for Berkeley. Berkeley's pinned. She hands it off to Perry. Perry comes up to the neutral zone. Into the zone. Gets a shot that goes wide. Rebound picked up by Lakeshore. Frood gets a piece of it, but now it comes out. 3-on-2 the other way. Lakeshore gets it into the corner. Pass out front. Shot saved by Murphy. Now Frood sends the loose puck behind the net. Lakeshore is after it. Frood keeps the battle going. Lakeshore sends it to the blue line. Now behind the net, Lakeshore tries to get it. Perry knocks that away. He chipped that out of the zone. Hands up for an icing. Gibbs chips that around the boards. Gation gets that out of the zone. Izzy with some pressure, gets that into Lakeshore territory. She drives it. Oh! Penalty coming up. Izzy goes in the boards pretty hard. She's able to get herself back up. Tripping called. Briefly scary. Power play for the Wolves with 9:40 to go in the second period. Morris gets that over to Izzy. Back for Judd. Back to Izzy. She walks in. Her shot deflected in by Morris. Power play goal. Judd to Lontagne to Morris. 1-0 Lady Wolves. Literally 1 second into the power play. Puck gets back into our zone. Gibbs picks it up. Sends that cross ice to Izzy. She chips that over the red line. Lakeshore gets it in their zone. Gation gets it back though. Sends it down low to Morris. Morris gets it out front. It's deflected by Lakeshore. We're going to get a tripping call there. Accidental contact, but now Lakeshore on the power play with 9:16 to go in the first. I'm going to guess it's on this side, the face-off. But it's going to come over here. Just waiting for the penalty to go up on the scoreboard. Give me 1 more second. There, wait, almost there. There it is. Jojo gets it off the draw, chips it up the boards, but kept in at the blue line. Lakeshore puts it deep in the zone. Behind the net with it. They send that cross ice. They get a shot. Murphy with the save. Rebound picked up by Lakeshore. They put it to the blue line. Cross ice. They try to get it across again. It's loose in front. Jojo finds it. Oh. Murphy gets the loose puck and hangs on to it. 30 seconds gone from the penalty. Lakeshore gets a shot from the point, deflected behind the net. Morsey puts that in the back of the net. It gets loose. Morsey knocks that away. Now we get that out of the zone. Some pressure from Carrington. Lakeshore sends it back in. That's going to be icing. Icing called against Lakeshore. 54 seconds gone in the penalty. Now we're going to come over here. Perry tries to cut off the draw. That's blocked. Now Carrington gets it. Chips that into the zone. It's knocked back for Belamass. She puts that deep into the zone. Now Lakeshore fires that cross ice. They re-enter Sudbury territory with 45 seconds to go in the power play. We knock the puck away and Perry's off one-on-one the other way. Perry puts that in the corner. Follows it up. Gets there, keeps it in the zone. Couple of hits from Lakeshore, but Bella stands her ground and back into the corner. Paris's turn, puts that towards the net. Forces it, whistle goes. Good penalty kill from the Wolves. We got 17 seconds to go in the penalty kill. Perry takes a break. Berkeley on the draw. She's got Paris on the wing. Frood, Massimiliano on the blue line. Lakeshore chips it up out of the zone. They take it in Wolves zone, offside. 8 seconds to go in the penalty. Loose puck, chipped away by Paris. Lakeshore gets it back at their blue line. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey now. Lakeshore, ooh, that was offside, but ref didn't see the far player. Puck goes around. Belamass tied up behind the net. Lakeshore in the corner, getting some pressure from Massimiliano. She gets that to Patura. Kept in by Lakeshore. Frood in the corner with it. Sends it back on the other way. Whoa. Lakeshore keeps it in. They get a shot. Saved by Murphy. Rebounds loose. Back to the blue line. That shot blocked by Paris. She chips that out of the zone. Wow. Soft icing call there. It is what it is. 6:34 to go in the second. 1-0 Lady Wolves. Face off to the left of Murphy. Lakeshore fires that towards the net. It's blocked in front. Judd clears that away. Now Gation gets that out of the zone. Pressure from Lontang in the neutral zone. Puck comes back to Judd. She's got a second. Off the boards for Gation. Gation takes that into the zone. Ella puts that out front. Oh, goalie gets a piece of that. Morris and Lontang get it, but it comes out. We put that out, so no ice in there. Addie gets it up to Ella. Ella chips up. Lakeshore keeps it at the blue line, but now Morris gets it out. She's off to the races with Izzy. Over to Izzy. She gets a shot. Oh, big save. Or big miss, sorry. Morris puts it back out front, cleared away. Now Judd keeps that in. Her shot through traffic goes in the corner. Addie's there to keep it in. Nice battle from Gibbs and Gation. Lakeshore finds the loose puck. They try to get the cross ice. Morris blocks that pass. She gets tripped, no call. Izzy got it back. Her shot wide again. She's going to take a break. And puck just comes out of the zone for Judd. She turns with it. We're offside. On the line change, no big deal. We'll complete that line change now with 5:13 to go in this second period. All right, Lakeshore sends it into their zone off the draw. Dahlia keeps it in the zone. Lakeshore tries to put it back out again. Carrington keeps that one in. Now Cole gets a piece of it. Emma Moore gets the red line and fires it back in the zone. Belanger after her in the corner. She takes it behind the net but gets tied up. Puck comes out the other way. Pressure from Isaac keeps that in the corner. Cole puts it out front for Dahlia. Her shot gets deflected into the corner. They try to put that out. Jojo keeps that in. Now pressure in the corner. Cole's there to keep that in. Gets back to Emma Moore. She gets a shot. Goes in the corner. Jojo tries to get that out front. Lakeshore gets a piece of it. Belanger ties up behind the net. Cole helps her out. There we go. Paise keeps it in. Cole puts that in the corner. Dahlia's turn for some pressure. Puck comes up the other boards. Morsey with a big pinch. Keeps that in the zone. We're going to get a call on that one. She didn't mean to, but yeah. We're going to get roughing for that. Oh, face-off comes in our zone with 4 minutes to go in the second period. Gotta wait for the penalty to come up on the board. There we go. Lakeshore gets it to the blue line. Let's chip that around the boards. To the high slot. Shot blocked by Perry. She's got that battle in her. Lakeshore chips it up center. Back for Fruit. She sends that deep in the zone. Perry back on the wheels again. Ties up in the corner. Lakeshore comes out with it. Cross ice pass. They come into the zone. Put it in center. Couture knocks that away out of the zone. Berkeley now with some pressure. Perry going for the change. Paris gets the loose puck. Comes in with it, her shot, glove save. Nice penalty kill from the Lady Wolves. 1:09 to go on that penalty. Lakeshore gets that out of the zone. Gibbs gets it back. Ships it up in the neutral zone. Lakeshore finds it. Is skated in the zone. Pressure from Lontang and Gibbs. And glove save made by Murphy. Okay, loose puck. Everyone's all tied up. Lakeshore sends it behind the net. In the corner, Gibbs with some pressure. Lakeshore sends it back to the blue line. They go D to D. Down low, shot, glove save. All right, we'll get Gation and Morris up front. Gibbs and Judd on the blue line. Puck goes to the hash marks. Everyone's tied up. Morris chips it up, but it's kept in. Lakeshore walks in, fires a slap shot. Blocker save. Lakeshore in the corner, tries to get that out front. Gibbs blocks it. Takes it up in the corner. The girl's holding her foot. They get out front. Big save from Murphy. Loose puck in the corner. Go. Lakeshore goes behind the net with it. Now we're back to 5-on-5. Shot fired. 1-1 game. Jojo gets it off the draw, dumps it in the zone. Lakeshore sends it cross ice. Dump it in the zone. Murphy sends that away. Now Carrington chips it up. That's kept in at the blue line. Shot blocked by Jojo. Jojo takes that around, reverses. Lakeshore keeps it in. That shot blocked by Belanger. She's off on a breakaway. Oh, almost had top corner. I think goalie got a piece of that one. Carrington on the rebound. Sends that down low for Cole. Cole gets it out front. It's on net. Goalie makes a save. .1:10 to go in the second. All tied up at 1. Okay, puck's behind the net. They chip it up. It's knocked back for Emma. Emma takes it into the zone. Gets on her forehand. Gets the shot. That's deflected wide. Paris gets it in the corner. She's got a stick in her armpit. No call there. Perry gets it behind the net. Works it over. Down low for Patura. Out front for Paris. She's tied up. Perry gets that towards the net. Save is made. Hey! Can't hit her when she's on the ground. Jeez, right in front of the ref too. Patura gets it back in the corner. 25 seconds. Paris knocks it over for Patura. Paris chips it back up, takes it into the zone. Shot deflected wide. Loose puck picked up by Paris. She gets out front. 8 seconds. Shot from Frood, blocked by Lakeshore. Now, nice work from Patura. Ties up, and Frood keeps it in. That's going to be the end of the second period. All tied up at 1. And there we go, 12 more minutes to go in regulation time. Morris, Gation, Lontang up front, Massimiliano and Frood on the point. We got Murphy back in the net. Hey, Lakeshore sends it back to their blue line. Then cross ice, that pass blocked by Frood. She gets the red line, dumps it in. Puck is in the zone. Frood blocked that. Now it comes out. Massimiliano picks that up. Ships it up to Lontang. Lontang gets that cross to Morris. Up for Gation. Back to Morris. Morris cuts in with it. Her stick's all tied up. It's in her feet. Gets some help from Lontang. She puts that down low. Gation after it in the corner. Puck gets to the blue line. We keep it in, but now it comes out. Now Gation gets it back. Takes it in the Lakeshore zone. Her shot off the glove. Izzy gets that rebound. She chips that in. Penalty coming up against Lakeshore. That's body contact. Nice call. Judd gets the puck, puts that in the corner. Lakeshore sends it out. Gibbs back for it. She's tied up behind the net. Gets it over for Dahlia. Dahlia cross ice to Judd. Judd gets it up for Cole. Gibbs into the zone with it, puts that into the corner. Dahlia keeps that in the zone. Cole gets it behind the net, tries to get that out front. She's tied up. Second effort, still tied up. Now Lakeshore fires that around the other way. Just comes out of the zone. Judd gets it back. She skates it into the zone. Hits the brakes, gets that back to Gibbs. Gibbs shot, deflected, in front, loose puck. Judd gets a shot, that's blocked. Rebounds loose. Oh, let it go, let it go. Skate, skate, skate. Lakeshore gets it back in our zone. They send that cross ice. Puck goes behind the net for Judd. We got 20 seconds to go on the power play. Ooh. Pass intercepted, back for Gibbs now. Gibbs up to Perry, just out of her reach, but into the zone. That's fired out. Back for Emma. Emma to Jojo. Shifts it up into the zone. Cleared out. And Jojo gets it back for the Wolves. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Paris knocks it over for Perry. Perry chips that into the zone. Couture stops it behind the net. Lakeshore comes back the other way. Cross ice pass stopped by Paris. She takes that back in at the hash marks. She's tied up. Jojo gets it back at the blue line, dumps it on net. We're back on side. Lakeshore breaking out with it. Can't connect on that pass. It's over for Jojo. Jojo up for Paris, into the zone. Morris with some pressure. Puck's back to the blue line. Jojo's there to keep it in. Jojo fires that off the boards. Funny bounce off the Zamboni door. And Emma Moore keeps that in. Gation on the hash marks, puts that towards the net. Getting some help from Morris now. Morris back for Moore. Bounces away from her. Lakeshore picks it up. They get a shot, deflected out of bounds. 7:55 to go in regulation. All tied up at 1. Back to Fruit off the draw. She fires that around for Long Tang. She's pinned on the boards. Comes out with it, gets it up center. Lakeshore finds it in the neutral zone. They send that back up the ice, dump it in the zone. Belamass gets it back in our zone. Skates it out, chips it up, but kept in by Lakeshore. At the blue line, shot blocked by Morris. Loose puck and some feet at the hash mark, well, at the face-off dot now. Morris finds it, ships it up to Lontang, up for Gation out of the zone. Lakeshore gets it back in the zone. That shot saved by Murphy, rebounds loose, another save. Now Lontang gets it out of the zone. No icing there, yeah. Gation with some pressure, and Belanger keeps that in. Cole in the mix. Now Lakeshore sends it up center. They get a shot. Murphy makes a save, sends it over to Kalen. Kalen off the glass. Oh, hits the player in the head. Shit. Back for Gibbs. Gibbs off the glass to Cole. Cole chips it up. It's kept in at the blue line. Gibbs gets that back over the blue. Offside, yeah. 6:23 to go in regulation. Still 1-1. All right, Berkeley ties up, gets some help from Bella. Berkeley gets it over the red line into the zone. Paris forcing the play now. Puck comes around. Berkeley's on top of that. She gets a piece of it. Lakeshore finds it though, chips it up center. Paris keeps it in. Puts it into the corner for Perry. Perry picks up the puck, cycles it for Paris. Paris off the boards for Judd. She puts that back down low. Lakeshore kicks that up. There we go. They chip it in the zone. Can't connect on that pass. Puck goes behind the net. Lakeshore picks it up. Loose puck picked up by Lakeshore. They put that over the net. Paris chips at it. It's kept in by Lakeshore. Gibbs gets a stick on it. Now Judd's turn in the corner. She tries to work that around the other way. Perry helps her out. Perry comes out with it. She's going for a skate up center. She gets tripped. There we go. Power play coming up with 5:11 to go in regulation. 5:10. Good hustle from Perry. Keep her feet moving and draw that penalty. It was all on this side of the ice, but this official loves to drop the puck over there. Morris to Lontang. Her shot blocked by Morris. She puts that in front. Blocked by Lakeshore. They send it out. Back in our zone. Emma Moore picks it up. Goes behind the net with it. Up the boards for Lontang. Knocked away by Lakeshore. Moore gets it back. Hands it off to Izzy. Izzy takes the puck and goes for a skate. She's going to bring that into the zone. Oh, it goes out of bounds. Face off in front of the bench. It's right there. Why is it coming back to our bench? She was on the other side of the red line when she shot her. They didn't get the penalty up on the board, so there's seeing if they could fix it now, and they are able to. Maybe not. They're working at it. Okay, 1:31 to go in the power play, 4:41 to go in regulation. Okay, Morris back to Moore, across for Adjueze, up for Gation, sends it up center. Lakeshore finds it, takes it in the zone, dumps it down low. Emma gets the puck in the corner, reverses. Now JoJo's turn. JoJo comes up the side with it, cuts up center, knocked away by Lakeshore. Now it's back for Belamass. Off the boards to Gation. Gation to JoJo. JoJo back for Ella. Belamass picks it up in the neutral zone. Tries to get that in. It's knocked away by Lakeshore. Now we send that cross ice for Belanger. Paise working at it, but Lakeshore takes it in the zone. Shot saved by Murphy. Rebound picked up by Frood. Frood coming around with it. She takes that lane, gets the red line over the blue. She's in the zone, hits the brakes behind the net, trying to work that out front. She's tied up. Carrington helps her out. Lakeshore gets it back behind the net. Cole with some pressure. And Dahlia helps her out. Dahlia gets it back. We're back 5-on-5. Loose puck chipped up the boards. Comes back for Frood. Over for Massimiliano. Back to Frood, up for Cole. Puck comes back to Bellamas. She gets over the red line, dumps it in. Lakeshore sends it out back to Judd. Judd tries to get that cross ice. Lakeshore's in the way. Off the glass. Cross ice to Berkeley now. Burke into the zone. Fires that on net. Goalie makes a save. Rebounds out for Paris. Paris back for Kaylin. Kaylin back to Michaela. Michaela cross ice to Berkeley. Back for Gibbs. Gibbs gets a shot. Goalie makes a save. Rebounds loose. Perry's after it behind the net. Paris helps her out. Comes back to Gibbs over for Judd. Judd sends that in. It's knocked loose. Gibbs is there. She puts that back in the zone. Patura in the corner. Sends that out front. Lakeshore finds it, but Paris is there to keep it in. Paris puts it down low for Perry. Perry in the corner. She's tied up. She skates out with it, gets it back for Gibbs. Gibbs chips it in. Lakeshore stripped up center. Lakeshore dumps it in the zone. Gibbs gets it back for the Wolves. She gets crushed, gets it over for Kaylin. Kaylin comes up to the neutral zone. Cross ice into the zone. Her shot, save, rebound comes out. Cleared out of the zone. Ice and waved off. JoJo's going to get that. JoJo around for Izzy. Izzy chips it up for Morris. Morris to the neutral zone as we enter the final minute of regulation time. Shot, rebound, save, another rebound. Morris gets it out front. Emma Moore, her shot on net. Oh, wide from deflection. Now it's on the sidewall. Lakeshore chips it up center. Izzy's back for it now. Izzy to Emma. Emma chips it up. It's knocked back to Emma. She finds JoJo. JoJo to Izzy. There we go. Now Morris getting hooked. JoJo gets that out of the zone. Puck's chipped back for Moore. She's going to skate that to the red line, dump it in. There we go. 15 seconds. Izzy after it. Cation. JoJo keeps that in. Cation puts it out front for Izzy. We're all alone. 8 seconds. It's chipped away by Lakeshore. And that's the end of regulation time. All tied up at 1 apiece. I believe it's a 3-minute 3-on-3, then a shootout. Bird. All right. Perry, Patura, Massimiliano out for the 3-on-3. 3 minutes on the board. Girls having a good strategy chat before this overtime period. All right, Lakeshore puts it into their zone. Perry with some pressure, forcing it. Lakeshore tries to chip that up. Perry gets that to Patura. Patura across to Massimiliano. Down low for Perry. Couldn't get that shot. Perry gets it back. She's tied up in the corner. Gets that to Patura. Back to Bella Mass. She walks across the blue line. Her shot just a little wide. Picked up by Lakeshore. They chip it up. Bella battles, gets that back in the zone. Perry puts that in the corner. Lakeshore fires up the boards. They get into the zone. Shot, save from Murphy. Rebound picked up by Lakeshore. They put that out front. Everyone's tied up. Murphy hangs onto that. Neither team going for a change. 1 minute into the power play, or into the 3-on-3. Timeout called from Lakeshore. They want to keep those three girls out there, so it works out for us too. Just get some water. All right. Oh yeah, so you're not allowed to change on the whistle in overtime, so that's why it's likely why Lakeshore called the timeout. Surprised you're allowed timeouts then, but anyways, here we go. 2:01 to go in OT. Perry ties up, knocks it back to Bella Mass. Loose puck, gets on net. Murphy gets it over to Berkeley. Berkeley chips it up for Perry. Perry chips it up. Oh, into the zone, but we're almost offside. Now we're back onside. Pressure from Perry. Cross ice pass from Lakeshore, gets out of the zone. Pressure from Izzy, keeps her back there. Now Lakeshore puts that back, cross ice. Into the zone. Bella Mass keeps her outside. Back to the blue line. Into the corner. Bella knocks the puck away. Puck is in the corner. Now behind the net. Lakeshore comes out with it. Gales shot. Murphy with the save. Now Lontang back for Massimiliano. We're down to the final 50 seconds. Puck comes up to Morris. She gets that into the zone. Hits the brakes. Cuts in. Can't get that shot. 40 seconds. Lontang to Morris. Tries to wrap around. Goalie's there. 30 seconds. Lakeshore comes up center. Now Jojo chips that up to Morris. It gets away from her. 25 seconds. Shot off the blocker. Jojo with the save. Jojo fires it up for Morris. She's running on empty right now, but keeps it going. Doesn't draw a penalty there. That's a Gation. Gation to Morris. That's going to be the end of OT. Now it comes down to penalty shots. Worst way to end a game. Each side will get 3 shooters, and we'll see what happens from there. All right, Lakeshore shoots first. Nice save from Murphy. All right, Lontang, first shooter for Sudbury. Oh, almost had her. Well, I got a pad on that. Still 1-1 hockey game. All right. There we go, second shooter for Lakeshore. Makes the move, Murphy makes the save. Next up, we got Ryan Morris. Getting last minute advice from Coach Paul. Mo steps up to the face-off circle. Oh, goalie gets a pad on it again. Still tied up at 1. Third shooter from Lakeshore coming up. Lakeshore gets a 5-hole. Now we got Bella Perry. Do or die. Oh, off the blocker. That's going to be it this weekend for your Sudbury Lady Wolves. Not for a lack of effort. Great weekend all around. First game we lost just happened to come in the semifinals. Overtime shootouts. Thanks for tuning in this weekend. See you all next time.